Hey, welcome back, students. In this video lesson, we want to go ahead and focus on dimensional analysis. And you're probably wondering right off the bat, what is dimensional analysis? Well, let me just kind of lay your fears to rest here in a little bit and just quickly describe that dimensional analysis in a simple way or simple form of understanding is nothing more than conversions. Okay? And it allows us to be able to go from one unit of a value that we have and convert it into another unit that we want. And so one of the common things that we do here in this particular section is we kind of break down some of the stuff that we already know how to do, mostly in our head. Sometimes when we're moving a decimal to the left or to the right, when we're looking at converting, for example, centimeters to meters, that kind of stuff is a good thing, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. And dimensional analysis allows us then to kind of look at the mathematics involved, either division and multiplication, and see what units are left at the end of the process so that we can get to the desired units. So let me provide an example here and we'll work through some of them so that we can actually figure this out together. Okay, so here's a problem that we'll do. Okay, so here's the problem that we've got. We want to know how many seconds you are old if you are 16 years old. And so we got to figure out what we're trying to convert here. So if we look at any number that's provided to us in the problem, we notice that the 16 years old is a number, and then we also have to look for the unknown. So it usually results with a word such as how many or how much. And so here is that part. And if you look at this here, the units that you're being asked to identify are the seconds, and in the number that they give you, they're giving you the units of years. So if we write this down as a process, we need to figure out something that will show us how to go from 16 years. We need to be able to convert this over to some number of seconds. Okay? Now, if we do this, obviously we can't go directly from years into seconds. So we need to know what kind of conversions we've got here. Well, the steps that are involved in this is first, we need to be able to convert from years, which I'll abbreviate as YRS. I need to be able to convert this into days. And then once I know the day number, I need to be able to take a day and convert that to hours. And once I know the hours, convert that over to minutes. And once I know the number of minutes, I should be able to convert that over to the number of seconds. And so this is going to involve a certain number of conversion factors. Okay. First conversion factor that we're going to need here is going to be the following. We're going to need the conversion factor that 1 year is going to be equal to a total of 365 days. Also, we know that now that we have the days, we know that 1 day is going to be equal to 24 hours. And the next conversion from that is going to be that 1 hour is going to be equal to 60 minutes. And we also know that 1 minute is going to be equal to 60 seconds. And notice in each of these cases, we've got the units that we're trying to convert. Notice here, days, hours, minutes, and seconds corresponds also to the days, hours, minutes, and seconds that we're trying to kind of convert to. And so having that information, that's going to be very helpful for us as we begin this problem. And so let's go ahead and figure out how we do this. So what we need to do is begin with the number that they gave us, and let's use the spot up here, years. And so in order for us to convert that, we actually need to go ahead and put this out in a dimensional analysis type setup. And so let's go ahead and do that now. And so what I'll do here is go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and take that out of the way. And we'll move this portion here just so that we know what we're converting to, move it over here down at the bottom. And so let's go ahead and begin this conversion here. So we're going to start off with the information they gave us, 16 years, and we're going to do the picket fence approach. Let me write that again, there like that. And we'll begin converting the numbers here one step at a time. So first I need to convert from years over to days. And so the conversion factor here, since I'm trying to find days, days will go in the numerator. So I'll put days up top and year at the bottom. And then I'm going to write the number associated with each of these conversions here. So I know that 1 year is equal to 365 days. So that'll be my first conversion. My second conversion then is going to go from days. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I look at here, the year, that actually cancels out. And so the unit that I'm left with up to this point is days. And so if I do this conversion out again, convert from days over to hours, so I know that 1 day, so day goes in the bottom here, and then hours, the top, 1 day equals 24, so those are my numbers there. The next thing that I'll do is I'm going to convert from hours over to minutes, so hours into denominator, minutes up top, and I'll put the respective numbers. 1 hour here, 60 minutes. And then the last thing to do here is to convert minutes to seconds. So minutes in the denominator, seconds up top, and here 1 minute and 60 seconds. So if you follow this process along, what will happen here is days are going to cancel, the hours are going to cancel, the minutes will cancel, leaving you with the units up top. If you go ahead and do the math here, what you wind up doing is you're going to wind up getting the following information. You're going to wind up getting, let me just shorten this up. This is going to be equal to the following. So that number is going to be, let me write it here. It's going to be 504576000. And that's actually a very big number. Don't forget seconds. So what we want to do is we'll look back to the original problem, look to see if there's any numbers in there, and we notice here that there's 2 significant figures. And so my final answer will have to be reported to 2 significant figures. And so keep that in mind, that this is a very large number here. So if I had to forcefully put the number of significant figures accordingly here, obviously that line is going to be right here to 2, which would actually force me then to put here 5.1 times 10 to the, and count the number of spaces here. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the 8th seconds. And this is my final answer there. So this is how we do dimensional analysis, and keep in mind that the reason we do this is because we need to figure out, as we're multiplying and dividing from one unit to the other, we want to figure out what the final dimension or the final units in that desired number are going to be. If you have any other questions, go ahead and see me in class. So don't forget to subscribe, keep watching, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next video.